Bling bling! In today's video, the world's wealthiest billionaires and premium architects have joined hands to present you with the 3 most expensive houses in the world. Be sure to wear your earmuffs, because these luxurious buildings all scream money! Before we get into it, you should know that this video isn't for the faint of heart, because you might get blown away by the sheer opulence of these houses. Number 3. The One, California. $500 million. Since the United States is home to the wealthiest people on the planet, like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, it's unsurprising that one of her luxury mansions made our list. The One is a 105,000 square feet mansion that sits comfortably on a hilltop in Bel Air, overlooking a breathtaking 360-degree view of downtown Los Angeles and the San Gabriel Mountains. It was owned and intelligently designed by the famous real estate developer Niall Naomi. This $500 million mega mansion was in fact the most expensive private residence in the United States. It consists of just about every over-the-top feature only billionaires can afford to have in their homes, like 21 bedrooms, 5 swimming pools, a spa, an art gallery, a bowling alley, a tennis court, a 50-seater movie theater, and much more. Now that you've had a taste, let's dive into more detail on the one we're talking about. At the entrance to the One is a lovely moat with an electric stone door that opens on its own. On the foyer lies a rotating sculpture overlooking splendid floor-to-ceiling windows. On the left wing of the ground floor is an office completely surrounded by water. It even has a balcony. Who's ever seen an office with a balcony before? Definitely not me. The right wing of the One has a living room fit for kings and queens. The dining room hosts a 10,000 wine bottle cellar, enough to take any gourmet to heaven. The One has made provisions for a cigar lounge and bar for those who want to smoke or drink. And for those who have an eye for art, there are not 1 but 2 art galleries to indulge your taste. If you're a fitness enthusiast, this heaven on earth has something for you too. In this mega mansion, there is an outdoor running track, multiple swimming pools, and a private bowling alley with 4 lanes. Not to mention the fantastic sky deck Naomi hoped would have a helicopter pad, but that request was rejected. You definitely need to invite your friends and family to the One. After all, what is the use of having an opulent home if you don't flaunt it? When they come over, you could eat in the outdoor barbecue spot, watch a movie in the indoor theater, or chill in the entertainment room. Yes, there's an entertainment room, because the house's other features just aren't interesting enough to prevent boredom. Naomi originally intended for the One also to include a room dedicated to tanks of live jellyfish and another room for candy, because apparently using a fridge to store candy is only something that peasants do. The jellyfish room was too pricey and impractical, but the candy room stayed. Imagine how long this masterpiece took to get built. If you guessed 10 years, you'd be right. The One also required 600 workers and architect Paul McLean to bring this dream house into reality. Unfortunately for its former owner, Niall Naomi, the One is infamous for debt issues. It had a lot of construction challenges, and long story short, the home went for a bankruptcy auction in January. It was then sold for a meager $141 million, including auction premium fees. And that's a far cry from the $295 million it hoped to fetch at the auction. So, although the One didn't eventually become the most expensive house in California, despite its lavish furnishings, it did become the most expensive house ever sold at an auction, beating the previous record owner by almost 50%. Number 2. Villa Leopolda, France, $750 million. Villa Leopolda is an 8,000 square feet villa located on a 50-acre land on the French Riviera, between Nice and Monaco, areas frequently visited by the wealthy and famous. Once owned by King Leopold II of Belgium, it doesn't come as a surprise that this former regal property is the most expensive private residence in Europe. The $750 million mansion was redesigned in the 1920s by Ogden Codman Jr. It comprises 11 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, a helipad, and much more. Before we throw open the doors of Villa Leopolda, ensure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to find more luxury-related videos. Now back to the villa. Villa Leopolda is surrounded by vast greenery. This secludes the property, making it the perfect place to spend private time. And anyone can attest to its privacy. To this effect, there are very few pictures of the Villa Leopolda on the internet. However, from the little we have seen, it is safe to say that the scenery isn't disappointing either. You can easily get a splendid view of the Mediterranean from the elevated point the mansion is situated. Outside its north entrance lies a majestic swimming pool that is finely decorated with magnificent stone statues. There are also outdoor lounges near the pool. Inside the villa, there are a lot of elaborate furnishings. Each of its 11 bedrooms has a private bath. The interior design boasts of expensive marble, wooden beams, stones, and lavish chandeliers. Villa Leopolda is decorated like a museum and is also a French historical monument because of its ancient style. As expected, there's a bowling alley, a movie theatre, and several dining rooms and kitchens in this massive mansion. Who wouldn't feel like royalty as they traverse this estate's expansive floors? Throughout Villa Leopolda's history, it has undergone astronomical renovations. King Leopold II originally built it as a gift to his mistress, Blanche de la Croix. The villa was eventually named after King Leopold. After he passed away, Blanche de la Croix was evicted from the estate, and King Leopold's nephew, King Albert I, claimed it. A lot of renovations were done during this time, including adding terraces and the swimming pool. The villa was then used as a military hospital during World War I. Later in 1997, Villa Leopolda was bought by Edmund Safra and Lily, his wife. They mainly used it to have parties. However, after Edmund passed away, Lily decided to part ways with this historical villa. The Villa Leopolda now belongs to Russian billionaire Mikhail Prokhorov, who bought it from Lily in 2008. Before we move on to the number one item on our list, we'd like to make a confession. In all honesty, the most expensive house in the world is Buckingham Palace in England. It is estimated to be worth $5 billion if ever sold. However, that's unlikely to happen because Buckingham Palace is crown property. It's not for anyone other than the Queen and her relatives, and that's why this next item is the number one luxury house on our list. Number 1. Antilia, India, $2 billion. This 400,000 square feet building is the most expensive private residence and is situated somewhere you'd never guess, Mumbai. Standing proudly at 27 stories, Antilia gives one a splendid view of the Arabian Sea. Antilia was designed and constructed by Perkins & Will and Hirsch Bender Associates for India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani. Despite its height, this prime building can withstand an earthquake of magnitude 8 on the Richter scale. Needless to say, the architecture of Antilia is out of this world. There are various double or triple-heighted ceilings, which gives this 27-story building a 50-story look. The stories were also designed with Hindu symbolism. 6 sections of the house are intended to reflect the 6 elements: earth, water, air, fire, sound, and light. The building houses a 6-floored car lot that can hold 168 cars. Mr. Ambani might as well venture into car dealership here because there's just enough space for that. There is also a car service station, which will give you everything you need to take care of your car. But if you think hitting the road is old school and you'd rather fly, the building has 3 helipads on its roof, and we thought 1 helipad was prestigious enough. Like other billion-dollar properties, Antilia has a few floors dedicated to recreation, where you'll find an indoor pool, gym, spa, ballroom, dance studio, 50-seater theatre, and yoga studio. You might want to pick your jaw off the floor because there's more. In Antilia, there is an ice room with a snow generator that will bring winter early to anyone who wants an escape from the hot streets of Mumbai. This elaborate building houses Mukesh's family of 5, and there are at least 600 staff who work to keep the place running. There is also a magnificent Hindu temple where the family prays, as well as various Hindu deity statues scattered around the home. With a house like this, you can stay at home every day. So we're right in saying it has everything you'll ever need as a person. What do you think of the 3 most expensive houses in the world? Let us know in the comments section which of these buildings you'd love to make your home in if you could afford it. And you don't want to miss this next video.